This is my favorite co-branded credit card, and it just got even better. It's called the Hilton Honors Surpass, and it's so much better that we moved it to number 1 on our top cards list. And this is just one of several cards offered by Hilton through their partnership with American Express. We'll touch on some of those other cards later in the video, but the Hilton Honors Surpass is the mid-tier option and my favorite by far, and it, along with those other cards, just received some pretty crazy new benefits. So let me explain why this is my favorite co-branded credit card across the board right now, and how I used it to book an upcoming stay in Prague for completely free. All right, first of all, I always like to say this from the start of any review, the Surpass has an annual fee of $150. Now, that is an increase from the $95 annual fee that it had before this update, but as you'll see in a second, the additional benefits that you're now getting are more than enough to cover that slightly higher annual fee. Now, if you're not into the whole annual fees on credit cards thing, I totally get that. And like I said, there are several other co-branded Hilton cards, including the standard Hilton Honors card, which has no annual fee. And on the opposite side of things, if you're indifferent about annual fees, then you could get the Hilton Aspire card for a whopping $550 per year. Also, if you want to learn more about any of the products that we talk about in today's video, I'll leave a link for all of them down below the like button, so you can snag the latest limited time offers and help support Daily Drop, which we really appreciate. But again, more on those cards in a second. Let's focus on the Surpass card for now. Right now, in addition to its elevated 170,000 Hilton point sign-up bonus when you spend $3,000 in the first 6 months, which I am totally jealous of because that is a lot higher than the sign-up bonus I received when I got this card.
Someone sounds jealous.
You're also going to earn 12 Hilton points per dollar on Hilton Hotel stays, 6 points per dollar at U.S. restaurants, supermarkets, and gas stations, plus the new 4 points per dollar on online U.S. retail purchases, and 3 points per dollar on everything else. Now, you're probably thinking that those point multipliers are insane, and they are really good, but this is probably a good time to remind you that this card is earning Hilton Honors points, and Hilton points are worth about half as much as a standard credit card point. All that means is when it comes time to book a Hilton hotel using Hilton points, you'll probably find that a standard room might cost you 50,000 Hilton points, for example, whereas that same type of room at a different hotel might be 25,000 standard credit card points. But even if you cut those point multipliers in half to equate them to a regular credit card point, those are still insane point multipliers, and your 170,000 Hilton point bonus is the equivalent of 85,000 credit card points, which for a card at this price point is very competitive. In addition to all of that, you also get complimentary Hilton Gold status, which gives you a number of benefits, including an 80% boost on all of your base points and free breakfast, but also a newly added $200 Hilton Hotel credit that is given to you as a $50 statement credit each quarter, and the newly added National Emerald Club executive status, which is more of a niche benefit, but if you frequently rent vehicles, then this is a nice bonus. Also, if you do love car rentals, then you can actually status match that to both Hertz and Enterprise, so keep that in mind. All right, those are the good changes, but what about the bad changes? Because there are a few of those as well. Obviously, there's the $55 increase to the annual fee that we talked about earlier, but even if you just use a fraction of the new $200 Hilton credit, you'll come out ahead on that one. The other bummer is that they are removing the Priority Pass Select benefit, which allowed limited access to Priority Pass lounges. In my case, and perhaps in your case, I already have Priority Pass because it seems every credit card under the sun offers Priority Pass nowadays, with some of my favorites being the Capital One Venture X and Amex Platinum cards. So I didn't care about this change too much, but something that I did want to make you aware of. One last thing I want to clarify before we look at some of those other cards and I show you how I used the Surpass to book a free stay in Prague is that the Surpass does give you a free night award. However, it only is available after you spend $15,000 in a calendar year, which, unless you're using this as your main credit card, is not super likely for most consumers. I mention that because I think this benefit oftentimes gets confused with the more expensive Aspire card, which does offer a free night award right out of the gate and the ability to earn additional free nights based on different spending limits. Okay, speaking of those other cards, like I said earlier, Hilton also offers their standard Hilton Honors card, which has no annual fee, yet still has decent spending spending multipliers, and a limited time 100,000 Hilton point sign-up bonus after you spend just $2,000, which for a free card is insane. Nothing new with that card other than a new card design, which, by the way, applies to all of these cards. So if you are confused, this is what the old Surpass card looked like, and this is what the new Surpass card looks like. On the complete other side of things is the Hilton Honors Aspire card, which we've referenced several times throughout this video, and has crazy spending multipliers going as high as 14 points per dollar, automatic Hilton Diamond status, a lot of other benefits, and a whopping annual fee of $550, which is a $100 increase from the previous annual fee. Now, while the Aspire card isn't a great fit for me right now, I will say that its $200 flight credits, clear membership, and its new $400 Hilton credit honestly justify that annual fee pretty easily, not to mention the 180,000 point limited time sign-up bonus and the free night award right out of the gate. In fact, that free night award from the Aspire card is exactly what Kara and Nate talked about using to book the Hilton Conrad in Bora Bora for free. That's because unlike other free night awards from other hotel brands, Hilton free night awards aren't capped at a certain level of room. So you can use your free night award on pretty much anything, including an overwater bungalow in Bora Bora. If you want to see a full review of their experience at that Hilton property, I'll link to that video down below. But if you can stomach the annual fee and justify it based on those other benefits, then it is a great product, and seeing that I frequently stay at Hilton properties, it's probably a card that I will eventually add to my wallet. Okay, lastly, let's circle back to the Surpass card really quick, because as promised, I want to show you how I used this card to book multiple nights in Prague for free. It's quite simple, especially if you're familiar with the basics of travel hacking, but when I signed up for this card, it was offering a measly 130,000 Hilton point bonus after I spent just $2,000. So I signed up, used it for my regular purchases for a month or two, and of course paid it off in full on time, which you should always do with any credit card. And that earned me the 130,000 point sign-up bonus, which went directly into my Hilton account, meaning I didn't even have to transfer my points, and I then used those points to book this beautiful Hilton property in Prague for 2 nights for completely free, when it should have cost me nearly $700, not to mention the complimentary gold status and other benefits that I now get from this card thanks to the update. So if you want to earn one of those awesome limited time sign-up bonuses, which are way better than the bonus that I was able to get, then again, we'll leave links for each of the products that we talked about down in the description, where you can learn more and earn a bonus towards your stay in Prague, or Bora Bora, or one of the thousands of other Hilton properties that are all over the world. Let us know what your favorite Hilton Honors card is down in the comments, and what you think of these updates, because I meant it when I said earlier that they just made my favorite co-branded credit card even better. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy travel hacking.